Hello everybody. I'm just going to give all the technology a moment to actually connect and make sure we are live across all our platforms after a short 2-week break. Sorry about I've missed the last couple of weeks because, well, I've either been sick or I got this amazing last minute gig opportunity last week to work a show. So that's kind of cool when that happens. So I love seeing that happen. So let's see. Oh, wow. I just got a notification that I'm live on YouTube in my email. That's kind of awesome. Okay, so we're back to normal this week. We've got back to our Friday night live. So I'm just opening everything up so I can hopefully see your comments and respond to everybody. So as per usual, we are live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So welcome everyone. So feel free to pop in and say hi and let me know where you're watching from. So let me get this show on the road, as they say. So, and I actually have to make sure I stay on track tonight because I do get distracted quite easily. I have actually created myself a little script which I'm going to hopefully read from properly tonight. So welcome everyone. I've got a whole heap of people joining over here on TikTok. Welcome everyone. And so my name is, for those of you who don't know, my name is Amanda Sutherland and I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. I'm a creative content navigator and I really focus on helping female solopreneurs navigate the world of technology and branding. So my mission is to basically empower female solopreneurs to realize their potential and to achieve their dreams. We believe in respect, equality, and I love to support each other. I think we should all support each other as both female solopreneurs and as human beings. We need to celebrate each other and to become the best versions of ourselves. I love to do some technology-based workshops, so I try to help everyone demystify those workshops. Welcome, I've got a whole heap of people joining on TikTok. You're coming in so fast, I actually can't keep up with the names that's scrolling through the screen, so please forgive me, but welcome everybody. So through my workshops, I do aim to demystify technology and to show you how to use it effectively and hopefully help you streamline your operations whilst building a powerful brand. So whether you're feeling overwhelmed by tech or curious about branding, or maybe even just looking to enhance your social media, you're in the right place. So before we get started, I have this little tradition on a Friday night that I love to stop and celebrate our weekly wins in the achievements in the comments. So please comment your what wins you've had this week so that I can actually celebrate them with you because it's amazing. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I get the video up on Facebook so I can see who's commenting on Facebook because I normally have some amazing people over there as well who love to join and comment with us. So give me a moment. I'll just bring that one up because I love to celebrate with you your wins because even the smallest of wins is absolutely the most important thing to celebrate. Doesn't matter whether it's a big win or a little win, you need to take time to stop and celebrate yourself. Celebrate it because when we make our plans to join in on whatever plans we're going to be, whether it's going to be our financial goals, our business goals, whatever those goals are, if we take one step towards getting there and getting towards that and we have success, it helps encourage us to be successful in the long run because each step and each baby step that we take towards reaching our goals, you know what? That's absolutely important because it's like a baby step. You don't learn to walk or run without taking small steps. So celebrate each little win in your journey. And please, put them in the comments so we can celebrate each other and build each other up because we do need to do that more. There's so much negativity around these days and I just want to inspire you to actually, you know what? Celebrate each other, welcome each other, support each other, build each other up. We need to do that more than stop taking people down. So whilst you're popping those in, I'll just continue working. Feel free to celebrate with us. For me, one of my wins as you know, I was working a show last week, so I couldn't do last week's show, which was a bit of a win because it was unexpected and it was a lovely surprise. Proved great challenge for me. But even earlier, I noticed what some of you probably don't know is, I'm an entertainer. I love that stuff, but I also love helping young students with drama lessons. I run a volunteer drama club here in my local area, and once a week I rock up and we have a lot of fun with these kids who are aged anywhere between 5 and 18, and we play all sorts of drama games. But last week I had the best win with one of them. One of the young students in that class, probably grade 3 or 4, has never spoken a word in the 18 months I've known her. And last week I was so excited because she spoke up and said, "Hey, where's my turn? I want another turn." And that is a massive win for me because I love seeing that she felt comfortable enough to speak up. So that's amazing. So it doesn't matter what the size of the win is, celebrate your wins because they're important to remember. So whilst we're waiting for a few more people to celebrate their wins, let's move on. So I know that a lot of you here today are female solopreneurs and that you are passionate about your businesses, but sometimes you do feel overwhelmed by the technology we use. You might be curious about a strong brand and creating it. You might want to understand the importance of using live social media channels, but you're not sure where to start. You are most definitely, let me assure you, you are not alone. You are most definitely not alone. Many of my clients come my way feeling exactly like that. And I know when I started doing this, probably 10 years or so ago, in terms of working, not so much this particular version of the business, but working with clients over the last 10 years, you're not alone. You are most definitely not alone. So a lot of people will come to me and because they know they need to use tools like MailerLite or MailChimp, Zapier, Calendly, Tidycal, Canva, Airtable, but they don't entirely know what they are or how to use them. They get stuck about how to get the most out of these resources because sometimes it's just not intuitive how to do it. And one of my main goals these days is to actually make technology accessible, because you can actually do more than you think you can. And I want to help you guys realize that you can do more than what you think you can. That's an important thing to remember. You can do more than what you think you can. So if I keep repeating it, please remember that I want to help build you guys up and help you to understand that, yeah, it is awesome. And a way of me helping you guys to build each other up and build yourselves up is I'm actually really excited. I'm working on a workshop series at the moment. It's going to be called the Technology Simplified Series and Branding Boot Camp. So what it is, it's actually 2 workshop series in one sort of thing. So they're designed specifically for female solopreneurs who are struggling with all that technology and branding stuff. I'm going to cover things like tech challenges, branding choices, building a cohesive brand identity. And that's just while using practical tools that we can implement right away. So tonight, I just want to give you some of the ideas of some of the topics I'm going to talk about in this workshop series. So some of the common tech challenges that people face is there's just so many pieces of software out there and pieces of software being advertised to you that it's so easy to become overwhelmed. And part of what I want to do is help you figure out which ones you actually need, which ones will actually benefit what you're doing and make your life easier. Because you don't need to be, it's hard to explain the sense of overwhelm that you get from looking at all these things going, how do I make them work? It's like, and there are so many out there, and it's a matter of whether you're figuring out the best way to manage your email campaigns, even just to automate your scheduling or creating engaging content. These challenges for us all, and it doesn't matter where we're big, small, or somewhere in between. These challenges for us all can actually feel very daunting. I've personally faced these challenges in my own journey. It wasn't until I actually started using some AI tools to help me that I was able to actually start feeling like I could create the amount of content that's required these days. And if you're interested in that, I actually can help you a little bit with understanding how tools like ChatGPT work, how things like HeyGen can actually create a video avatar of yourself, which was actually really cool because I actually had to use that a few weeks ago when I was really sick and couldn't present at an expo. So I was able to use this AI tool to do the presentation for me. So it's a matter of having access and knowing what these tools are. So that's one example of how I've actually struggled with technology myself. Finding it takes a long time to find the right tools to actually help you streamline what you're doing. It takes a lot of people to support you, and you can't do it on your own. We as a human being, as much as many of us don't like socializing, we are a social being, and we need to have a very small network of dedicated friends and family or work colleagues, other business owners who will actually stop by and say, hey, look, I noticed you're struggling, how can I help? And that's part of what my journey is for you, to help you guys create that sense of belonging, that sense of support, because you can't do it on your own. This is when I was getting started. I found it was very overwhelming to try and juggle all these platforms, and I'm actually starting to work out some systems now on how to pick the ones that are going to work best in your situation. And that's part of what these workshops are about, is helping you to work through what's right for you in your situation. It's like one of my clients, Sarah, has felt overwhelmed by the number of tools available, and she didn't even know where to start or how to integrate them effectively. And that is the same as what I felt when I first got into it. It's so easy with so many ads always popping up in your face, especially when you're working in business. People are just always looking at you going, buy, 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 buy. It doesn't need to be about that. I want to help you understand what works for you. And that's what I really want to do, is help you understand that. Because once you work out what works for you, that's when you start getting rid of the overwhelm. That's when becoming comfortable in running your business starts to happen. Starting to feel like you're achieving things starts to happen. All of that. So in these workshops, these upcoming workshop series I am starting to plan, it's about covering essential tools and techniques to help you overcome some of the challenges. So for instance, we'll look at how MailerLite can simplify your email marketing. There's things like Zapier can actually automate some of the tasks that are done. You have to do over and over and over again. Because I don't know about you, but I really don't like doing the same thing 100 times a day. So programs like Zapier can actually help you get that under control, can actually do some of that for you in the background, and you just don't even have to think about it, and it just happens. So that's an amazing thing about some of these tools. But you've got to know about them. You've got to understand who they are and what they are and how they work. And that's part of what I want to do. Like for a lot of us solopreneurs, scheduling our time out to speak to our customers, that's a major thing we've got to do. Programs like Calendly, or I actually use one called TidyCal, allow you to do that, and it can integrate into your existing stuff. And that's the best thing about some of this. Other tools we're going to explore in these workshops are things like Canva, that can help you as a non-graphic designer create professional looking graphics that can really help you elevate your business. Other things like Airtable, that's a program I utilize fully. I don't utilize all of its aspects. I'm actually learning a lot about it myself at the moment, but using it to keep things coordinated and automated to a degree. You can help you plan your projects out. If you're lucky enough to have a small team around you, you can assign tasks to different people. So you've probably heard of things like Asana and Monday.com. Well, this takes all of that stuff that they do and does it as well, but it allows you to do it in a slightly different format, because different programs work for different people depending on how you and your brain work. So that's really, really cool. So at this point in my life tonight, I just want to take that an opportunity to say, look, what tech specific challenges are you facing? Let's see if you can ask a question, and I'll do my best to answer it live for you. If not, I'll come back and I'll find out the answer for you, and I'll come back to you later. But if you've got a question around the technology for your business, please pop it in the comments. Now, you've got a few opportunities to do this. I've got over on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram's over here, and I've got YouTube over there. So please do ask your questions, because like I said before, you're not alone in this. I'm here to help you. So while we're doing that, I'm going to move on, and actually, while you're thinking about that, take a moment, because that's a lot of information to convey. But also moving into the second half of the workshop series that we're planning. It's about branding and the importance of branding. It's really critical, because if you don't have a recognizable brand, it's really hard for people to what the marketing nerds call know, like, and trust you. See, I'm not a marketing nerd, but I do love my branding, and I love the colors. I love all of that. In fact, I actually do have a free color masterclass coming up next month, in August. If you're interested, pop color masterclass in the comments, and I'll get back to you with the link to register for that. But it's just one of these things it takes a lot of time to set up, and it's a daunting process to go through to understand how your colors work together. What kind of brand are you? Who are you as a person? Who are you as a business? And that's the stuff I love to help you with, because branding is crucial, especially for solopreneurs. It's how you present yourself to the world. It's how you differentiate yourself from the competition. A strong brand can identify. A strong brand identity can attract your ideal clients. So that means, simply means is you don't have to work as hard to find people to come and join your business, to come to you. Having that strong brand identity actually helps people talk about you, helps people come to you without you reaching out. So that's a really cool thing about having a strong brand identity. It builds trust, and it does create a lasting impression. So your brand identity, you're probably asking, what is a brand identity? Your brand identity encompasses several elements. It includes your logo, your color scheme, your typography, and overall visual style. But it's not just about the visuals. It's also about your brand voice and the values that you communicate. It is absolutely essential to have a consistent brand identity across all of your platforms and materials. And that actually helps build the recognition and the trust we need to continue in business. And in my workshops that we've got coming up, we're going to talk a little bit about color theory and how we're using tools like Canva to create that cohesive and attractive brand. There are so many practical steps that you can do to actually help develop your brand identity. So one of the first things you do, is going to sound very, very cliche, but it actually is essential. It's defining your brand, or you as a solopreneur, core values and your mission. So that's things like, what do you stand for? What message do you want to convey? So these are all sorts of things we need to talk about, and the sorts of things that we're going to look at in these upcoming workshop series. It's actually a collection of 6 1.5 hour workshops that I'm creating to help people work through all of this stuff. Another thing you can do to help with your branding is choosing a color palette that reflects your brand's personality. For instance, blue is often used to convey trust and professionalism, while yellow can often present creativity, optimism. So you really do need to take the time to look at who you are and what you do and what you want people to think you do. It's just absolutely essential. So in the workshops I've got coming up, we're going to cover some of these topics in a lot more detail, and I'm going to try and provide some templates and some tools that will help you create and craft your brand identity. So that's kind of cool. So again, in the comments, please let me know what are some of the branding challenges you've faced. Let's see if we can share them in the comments and discuss them and try and work them out. And again, once again, I will come back to you at some, if I can't answer you right now, I will come back to you privately and answer those questions as best I can for you. So one of the other things that comes about as part of this sort of streamlining and helping people to understand technology and branding and all of that stuff, it's about using productivity tools. They can actually help you create that cohesiveness you need between your brand and your creativity and all of that stuff to help everything. So things like, as solopreneurs, managing your time and your task effectively is absolutely crucial to running a successful business. So that means using the right tools to help you streamline your operations, automate repetitive tasks, and keep you organized. So that's the sort of things we're going to talk about as well. It's things like Airtable, because it's a powerful tool that combines the simplicity of a spreadsheet. So if you're a bit of a spreadsheet nerd like me, you're going to love Airtable, with the functionality of a basic database. It really makes it perfect for managing tasks, projects, and even your content calendar, because it has an option to connect to your content, your media, social media. So that's kind of cool. Then you've got things like TidyCal and Calendly. These are excellent tools to help you schedule your appointments and manage your time, your calendar. Really, really simply and easily and effectively integrate them as well. Zapier, we touched on briefly before about Zapier, but it is a fantastic tool that allows you to automate workflows by connecting different apps or programs who wouldn't normally talk to each other. It allows you to, so if you've got an app here and an app here and they don't talk to each other, you put Zapier in the middle and it creates the link that allows them to talk to each other. So that is really cool. It allows you to take data from here and put it into here and vice versa without you even having to think about it. So it can actually save you a lot of time. So yeah, there's just so many different things that you can do, and that's part of what I want to do, is help everybody work it out, how to streamline their systems. I love a good back-end system. I love helping people work out their back ends and working out their systems. I've actually made a career of making myself redundant because I've streamlined so many back-end systems. So that's really what I seem to be naturally drawn to, is taking complicated processes and simplifying them so that they actually become fun and they become usable and they become really effective. So if you've got any questions about any of this stuff, please pop them in the comments and I'll come back and answer them later for you. So yeah, we're going to have some amazing questions once everyone's had time to digest this. And even if you're watching on the replay, please pop your questions in and I will get a notification. I'll come back and do my best to answer them for you. There's a lot there. So we've covered an awful lot of ground. So remember for yourself, the goal is to make technology work for you, and definitely not the other way around. You don't want to be the slave to the technology. You want technology to work for you, make your life easier. So we're getting close to the end of the session. Now the dates for the workshops will be announced very soon. So this is just a little bit of a teaser information to let you know that's all coming up. So it's going to be called the Technology Simplified Workshop Series and Branding Bootcamp. So there's going to be workshops designed especially for solopreneurs just like you, to help you overcome tech challenges and to help you build a strong brand identity. I'm going to cover essential business software, streamlining operations, enhancing productivity, building your brand, and using tools like Canva for branding. So even though I'm not quite ready for the sign-up process yet, I do want to make sure that you guys are the first to know when it's going to happen. So if you visit my website, amandasutherland.com.au, you'll find a mailing list sign up. So if you sign up to my mailing list, you'll be among the first to actually get access to the course when it's ready to fully launch, because I'll be sending an email out to my subscriber list first to say registrations are open. So please sign up for that and let me know when you're ready, so I can let you so I can let you know when we're ready, when we get it ready. It's going to be sometime in July, but we're in the process of finalising all the details for that. So please sign up to the mailing list so we can let you know when it's ready. So if you, yeah, it's just amazing what we're going to do. It's going to be the start of something big, I feel. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for taking the time to actually spend this little bit of time on a Friday night with me. Don't forget, if you're watching the replay or whatnot, whatever, please celebrate your wins in the comments so we can come back and celebrate with each other and build each other up as a business community to make sure everyone's doing well. We need to care about each other more. I see a lot of posts these days which are tearing people down, and that's not me. I'm not about that at all. I want to celebrate your wins. I want to make you feel proud of yourself, because by actually taking the time to try to run a business, you are so much further ahead than somebody who's never ever even tried. So you need to congratulate yourself for that, for starters. So remember, if you want early access to the registrations for the upcoming workshop series when they do come, please join the mailing list at amandasutherland.com.au, and I will see you next week, hopefully. At this point, I'm not expecting anything to stop me from going live next week, but I'll be back next week with another live to talk a little bit more and help you celebrate. So please celebrate your wins. And for now, thank you. Goodbye for now.